So if you're watching this video, you're probably thinking, should I live in the East Village in Manhattan? The East Village is very, very different from Greenwich Village and the West Village, but a lot of people tend to compare all of the parts of the village to each other. But I would say they're all very different. So you have the West Village on the west side, Greenwich Village right in the middle, and then you have East Village, which is what we're talking about in this video. So the East Village is a very, very vibrant neighborhood. There is a lot of nightlife in the neighborhood and a lot of late night food options. So it can get very, very loud at night. However, if you're in the part of the East Village called Alphabet City or ABC Village, it's the same thing, just two different names. That is going to be the more quiet area of the East Village because there's not nearly as many bars and restaurants over there. They do exist over there, but they're not as many and they're not as loud compared to the prime area of the East Village. Now, for a neighborhood with like a late night bar scene, I would say it's not really like very fancy late night bar scene. Like you're not going to be like wearing like a little black dress out in the East Village really. So it's more like a casual late night scene, I would say, but it definitely is one of those neighborhoods where like people are going all night. So when it comes to apartments in the East Village, there is a range. So there are your typical like walk-ups that you're going to find in any of the village neighborhoods, but then there are also some new developments here in the East Village as well. And that's like the biggest difference I would say between the West Village and Greenwich Village is you're going to find a little bit more developments here in the East Village because recently, over the past decade, more developers have been allowed to build here compared to other neighborhoods. The East Village is a waterfront neighborhood, and that means that you're not landlocked, so you can easily get to the waterfront on the east side. Now, I would say that the waterfront on the east side is definitely not as like built up and developed as the waterfront on the west side. So you are a waterfront neighborhood, however, it's not as walkable and as nice as the waterfront on the west side overlooking the Hudson River is. But also, you at least are not landlocked, so if that's important to you, you can easily get to the waterfront. And I would say that the subways in the East Village are pretty much decent. If you're in the main part of the East Village, you can definitely walk to a subway pretty much from anywhere there. Now, if you're in Alphabet City or ABC Village, that's going to be a little bit tougher for you to get a subway over there. You're kind of going to have to walk inwards to the main part of the East Village. However, there are also buses that service the entire neighborhood. If you're willing to take a bus, you also have that option as well. So I hope this helped you figure out if you should live in the East Village or not. I would love to hear your experiences with the East Village or your opinion if you would ever even live in the East Village or not. As always, I love hearing from you guys.